There once lived a young girl. Christy was her name. She lived with her mother, and though they were poor and could barely manage for their daily needs, but they were not poor in love, as her mother loved her so much. Her mother was scarred and was not the prettiest, at least not in the eyes of Christie's friends. As her mother would bring her lunch to school, Christie would be taunted and laughed at for the kind of appearance her mother had. This upset her and embarrassed her, which eventually took a toll on Christie, and so she decided. Decided to study harder and work harder, but not for the best intentions. She wanted to succeed and settled in a city far away, where the embarrassments she faced because of her mother would not haunt her anymore. Eventually, her hard work paid off, and she landed herself good grades and a job at a city not so far from where they lived. She was enjoying and even found a man who adored her. Soon they married and settled and had a child of their own. It was a dream come true for her. Then one day her mother came seeking for her. She knocked at the door and Christie answered, but pretended as though she did not recognize her. So her mother left in despair. Weeks later, Christie got a letter from the school. It was an invitation for the school reunion. She was excited and left for it. After the program was over, she decided to visit her old. She knocked again, still no reply. So she forced open the door. There, Christie saw her mother lying on the floor, lifeless. She had a letter in her hand, and it read, My daughter, I believe I have lived long enough. Life for me is only getting tough. I'm sorry I have just one eye and I am not the most beautiful being. I'm sorry I was not wealthy enough to raise you up like a queen. I'm glad to see what you have become, and I'm glad to say I am proud of you. But would it be too much to ask for me to come and see you? My child, you had an accident when you were little and lost an eye. It pained me to even imagine to see my beloved grow up with just one eye. And so I gave you mine to see what I saw and maybe even beyond. And I'm so proud for who you have become and proud to call you my own. But is it too much for me to ask for me to meet you once? To show how much I love you, I hope I had one more chance. But I do believe that I have lived long enough. Forgive me, love. Life for me is only getting tough. I love you, Christy. You mean the world to me. You don't have to lose your eyes to go blind. There are some things beyond sight. Sometimes love is beyond what you see.